radius 1, the lower radius is 25 and radius 2, the top one is going to be 0 so that it's a full cone. And its height equals to 90, and height segments, let's make that 9, and have a couple sides, say 11. Oops, there was a small typo here. So we have the two objects now. Let's fiddle with their properties a little bit. My cylinder dot wire color equals color 134.59.8, and my cone dot wire color equals color 6.134.6. I'll get to what wire color actually is a little bit later. Let's just type this first. My cylinder dot position equals 0, 0, 0, and my cone dot position equals 0, 0, 30. Now I'll also add a noise modifier to the branches part to make it a little bit more noisy. Not like a super nice cone, just make it a little bit more distorted. It's going to be a noise modifier. Scale 24 fractal. Let's turn the noise on, fractal noise, with a strength of 888. Then add the modifier to the cone object. There. Now let's go line by line through the whole script to make sure it's clear. In the first two lines we define the macro script and the action name we'll use for it, my object creator. We already defined this action name earlier for the box creating script, so when we evaluate this script it will just reinstall the new code over the old one we had. After these header lines, Max will expect a block of code that's going to be action items script lines. The first two lines in this script creates the two objects that will make up our primitive little tree, a cylinder for the trunk and a cone for the branches. Actually, I just noticed that there's a typo here. This property is not called side, it's called sides. Sorry about that. So in these two lines we preset all the important properties, the radius, the height segments, how many side segments we want, the names. And the next two lines here, we modify another basic property of the objects, their wire color value. This is the value that you can normally modify right next to the name on the modifier panel. It's just the wire color that's used for the viewport display of the objects. For the cylinder, which is the trunk object, I'm using a brownish color, and for the cone I'm using green, that's for the branches. It's green because, as you can tell, this is the red, this is the green, and this is the blue channel, so the green is a higher value that's going to result in a greenish color. Then in the next two lines we position both the trunk and the branches to some position. Then we create a noise modifier, put it in the myNoise variable, and then add it to the cone, the branches object, as we did before. So let's test this new script that we have written. We have to reinstall it, don't forget about that. So file, evaluate all. It listed the usual index numbers, and now we reinstalled both scripts. Let's try my object creator, and there you go. It has our trunk object and the branches object with a noise on it, as we expected. Even the wire colors are brown and green as we want it to be.